Welcome to the Complete Beginner's Guide to Bow Staff. My name's Sensei Michael Hodge, and I'm going to be your instructor. I'm actually the founder of Ultimate Bow, which is the world's only recognized bow style and ranking program. In this particular video, we're going to talk about choosing the right bow. As a pure beginner, this is a very important choice to make, okay? Now, it really depends. Why are you training with a bow? Let's go over a couple of different various options. Number one, you're training in bow because you're going to be learning freestyle forms and techniques and katas. Maybe you're going to be doing strikes, different rotations, basic spins. You're going to combine those into forms. Maybe in your own dojo you're learning bow right now. There's so many different reasons, but if you're working on freestyle type techniques, one bow type that I would recommend is the sort of bow I'm using right now, which is a toothpick bow. A toothpick bow, as it's called, is a very thin sort of bow. This is a whitewood lotus bow. Whitewood lotus bow, which I do like using a lot for freestyle practicing, okay? So something lighter, something that isn't extremely thin and light, but not too heavy either. It's great for freestyle training. Now, if you're training to do really extreme techniques, and you're all about competition, you want to go compete and do amazing twirls and tricks, I would recommend a graphite bow. A graphite bow is the lightest type of bow you can have. It's very strong as well. Yeah, it's extremely light. It's very thin. Okay, it can be difficult to handle on basic traditional type of strikes because it's designed for very, very fast speed and flashiness. Okay? Now, if your goal is to be doing more traditional training and even strength training, and you must be wondering, why would you do strength training with a bow? Well, if you've seen a traditional bow, which is generally made of oak, they can weigh 3, 4 pounds, even 5 pounds. They're very heavy. Okay, if you're doing just basic striking practices at home or wherever you're practicing with one of those bows, it's going to build up your arms and your upper body strength very quickly. And if you're doing very traditional Okinawan bow, an oak bow would actually be a good choice for you. And finally, if you're training with bow because you're interested in combat arts, you're interested in actually fighting with a bow, obviously I'd recommend a padded bow of some sort. A padded bow is going to be very helpful because you can do full contact, you can do all the strikes you want, all the blocks you want, just as if you're in a fighting scenario, rather than having to worry about hurting your partner because your bow is too strong. So those are various options depending on why you're even training a bow. Now you know what bow you're going to buy and use, so what size of bow should you use? This is a very common question. You may want to take a look at the bow size in comparison to my height. I'm about 5'10 and a half, maybe almost 5'11", and this bow right here is actually a 5.5 foot bow. So I almost always recommend to get a bow that's slightly shorter than you. Okay, if you are 6'1", get a 6 foot bow. If you're 5'2", get a 5 foot bow. Bows generally come in increments of half a feet. Okay, so you can look from 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, various different sizes. But when the bow's a little bit shorter than you have the ability to do deeper sweeps and spins and rotations. Whenever it's as tall as you or taller than you, what will happen is you're going to end up hitting the ground quite often. You're not going to be able to complete the techniques correctly because the bow is too tall for you. Okay, now I realize in various types of martial arts trainings, taller bows can be of the essence. But for the most part, I recommend a bow that's slightly shorter than you. I commonly get asked where you should buy a bow from. It's a very good question. Now, there are a couple of different options. Most commonly, people buy bows online. Just search bow or bow staff, and you can find all the options. Keep in mind to choose the right size, choose the bow you want, and be aware of shipping cost. Obviously, this is an oversized, non-normal type of item to ship, so it's going to cost a lot more generally, just to be aware of that. They're not just trying to charge you for no reason. Another way to get a bow is to have someone make one for you. If you know of anyone who works with wood or has the ability or may want to work with a certain type of wood, that's kind of unique. It may take longer, but that's an interesting way to get a bow. Another way is to find a martial arts store in your area. You can type in martial arts store, martial arts retail store. They're very rare for the most part, unless you live in a large city. But if there is one nearby, you can actually drive up and grab one the same day. Lastly, there probably is a martial arts academy nearby. Martial arts academies generally can buy wholesale equipment. They buy wholesale from some of the biggest martial arts suppliers in the world. You can get a good deal. You wouldn't have to pay shipping. You could pick up a bow maybe the same day. So don't forget about that. If there's just a martial arts academy, taekwondo school, karate school, give them a call. Hey, you guys have bows in stock? And that's an easy way as well to buy a bow. Now some other options for you. Maybe you can't afford a bow, you don't have time to buy one. Well, you can still practice bow without having a bow. As you notice, there's not that much specialized about it. Generally, they're shaped in a certain curvature way that can help aerodynamics and those sort of things, but any sort of long stick basically is going to work for you. I've practiced with broomsticks before, or a mop, a certain type of a PVC pipe, a thinner pipe could be nice, a walking stick. If you find a branch that happens to look like it could be a walking stick, that could be a bow. And, be creative with it. You could pretty much use anything that's in a stick sort of size and length. And that's really what a bow is. But yeah, anything really will work for your practice. But if you want to get some really great and more consistent practice in, purchasing an actual bow designed for the practice in martial arts can be more convenient oftentimes, okay? And that's how you choose the right bow.